Hi, and welcome to this Nipoppy tutorial. In this tutorial, we will cover how to convert our imaging data to the bits format. More concretely, we will install the pipeline setup for the DCM to bits software, explore the Nipoppy bidsify command, and run it on our imaging source data. To participate in this tutorial in a hands-on fashion, you will need a Nipoppy dataset created with Nipoppy in it, organized source data in the post-reorg directory, and the global config JSON and manifest TSV file customized for our local setup and study cohort. If you are missing any of these prerequisites, please check out our previous videos. Also, we provide an example dataset for all of our tutorials. Please visit the GitHub repo to download the example dataset should you not have done so yet. Our starting point for bitsification of our imaging data is the organized source data inside the post-reorg directory. We can see by running Nipoppy status that all our participants are in post-reorg status, but are not in bits yet. It is important to understand that Nipoppy itself is not responsible for the bits conversion, but that this is done by existing bits conversion apps through their containerized software. Thus, you will need to have knowledge about the conversion software and what it requires. Please consult the documentations of the respective bits converter software to gain an overview of the converters and to get to know their requirements. In this tutorial, we will use DCM to bits by Boré et al. In order to run DCM to bits, we need to install the pipeline setup. We remember from the Nipoppy pipeline tutorial that for this, we need to run the Nipoppy pipeline subcommands. We will also need to have the DCM to bits container available. If this container is not yet in your container store, please select Yes when you are asked if you want to install the container now. When we look at the Nipoppy bidsify command, we see that this command can be run with different steps. Which steps those are is dependent on the bits converter software you choose to run, and you can find out which steps are available for a certain converter in the Nipoppy documentation. For DCM to bits, those steps are prepare and convert. The prepare step will help you to get the information you need to later pass to the convert step. Bits conversion requires us to tell the bits converter how to map the source data to the standardized bits naming, which is manual work. And most bits converters have some command or options to help users familiarize themselves with their source data, like decision protocols. For example, by extracting DICOM header information, which is what the Nipoppy team have called the prepare step. DCM to bits expects us to pass a config file in JSON format, which holds information to determine which sequences from the entire MRI acquisition protocol will be converted to NIfTs and how they will be named based on bits standard. The information for this config file will be extracted from one participant's DICOM images header, which we obtain from the Nipoppy bidsify prepare step. We need to insert the path to this file in the global config file. The output will be saved under Scratch DCM to bits helper. From this output, we can create the DCM to bits config JSON file. This is usually a one-time thing for each dataset. And when new subjects are added, you can directly jump to the Convert step, assuming the protocol name is not changed in the data collection. For datasets that are very consistent with protocol names or serious descriptions, the Prepare step might not be needed. Please note that if you want to run the Prepare step again, the command will fail since the Prepare step expects an empty DCM to bits helper directory. You can set the force flag in the invocation Prepare JSON to true in order to make it run again. For the sake of this tutorial, we've already created a complete DCM to bits config JSON file for you, which you can find inside the bidsify directory of the tutorial dataset you downloaded. Please place this file inside your code directory. Now we are ready to run Nipoppy bidsify with the convert pipeline step. This step changes the file format from DICOM to NIfty and renames the files according to the bit specification. If everything worked well, we will see the message that it ran on all our participants. We will also see the newly created subject directories inside the bits directory, containing all necessary files for bits and with their standardized file naming. To make our dataset fully bits compliant, we also need a participant's TSV and a dataset description JSON file. We provide this file in our tutorial dataset, so please move those two files in the bits folder of your Nipoppy dataset. Lastly, let us take a look at the status of our dataset. Nipoppy status tells us that all the participants that were previously in post-reorg status are now in bit status. We can confirm this information by looking in the curation status TSV file. As we can see, it was automatically updated and now lists each of our participants as in bits. Please note though that if you do the conversion with parallel HPC jobs, the curation status file will likely be inaccurate due to race conditions and needs to be updated by running Nipoppy track curation regenerate. Congratulations! You are now ready to run processing pipelines on your bits dataset.